Okay, now we are going into some of the details about the different components of Visual Basic, its organization, um, how it organizes all these files, some of the critical components we need to know about, the terminology, stuff like that. So the first thing in this section would be the IDE, or the Integrated Development Environment. Basically, it's the set of tools which we need to develop and test our programs. The main tools are, or the main components of the IDE is the editor, the compiler, and the debugger. So one by one. Editor is basically the blank space where you get to write your code. So it's similar to like the blank space in the Microsoft Word, where you type in whatever you need to, and then once you're done typing your code, then you want to run the code, and that where the compiler comes in. It basically takes in your instructions and then converts into a form which the hardware of the computer absorbs or takes in to perform its functions. So it's basically your instruction or your code is converted into binary, and which goes into the logic circuits of the computer, and then the computer processes it all. And the debugger is basically the mediator between the editor and the compiler. So it looks into the instructions you have given and figures out if there are any errors or not. If there's an error, the debugger will probably stop the compiler right there and then without having to run anything and say like, hey, you have this, and this error, syntax error, whatever error. So it helps you figure out where you're going wrong and helps you solve all the problems or the errors faster. So that's the IDE in short. Now, the arrangement of the files in the Visual Studio. This you have to pay attention to because it's important when you're doing your projects or your homework or assignments, and you know how the files are organized, because you will need to turn in all the files associated with the project you're doing to me when you turn it in, so otherwise I cannot evaluate your work. So the all-encompassing thing in Visual Basic for each application is the solution. As you can see in the picture at the bottom, the solution is the shelf. It has a lot of folders, which are basically the projects in the program, and each folder consists of a file. So solution consists of projects and files, and the projects contains the file with a specific files associated with a specific portion of the solution. So that's in short the organization of the entire application in Visual Basic.